Starbucks Pumpkin Spice Lattes have become an American tradition for many. People guzzle tens of millions of them every year. Could it be, though, that they are racist? You probably hadn't thought of that, but you may not be a member of the feminist group Ultraviolet. They said in a tweet that, quote, "That favorite fall drink of yours is funding rent payments to white supremacy." The claim is based on Starbucks franchises located in properties owned by the Trump administration. There's one in Trump Tower. Nell Gibbon Daly is a feminist and a psychotherapist, and she joins us tonight. So, Nell, I think of this show as not just a cable news show, but also a visual record of the times we're living in, the insanity of the Cultural Revolution now in progress in 2017. And this segment is going to be one that people 50 years from now watch with mouths agape. How can pumpkin spice latte be a white supremacist beverage? Fill me in as a non-feminist.
I understand. I know this whole big pumpkin spice latte controversy. So this group Ultraviolet came out, which is a feminist organization, and said that they want people to boycott buying pumpkin spice lattes in branches that are located in retail locations that are in Trump Tower, essentially in Midtown Manhattan.
Right. I mean, you know, you often hear people say the activist left is a bunch of silly, out-of-touch rich people, and this kind of gives them ammo for that argument. I mean, in a country with, you know, serious unemployment, massive drug problems, huge levels of consumer debt, here are the entitled feminists of Ultraviolet getting mad at Starbucks. Do you kind of see why maybe this is almost like a stereotype?
Well, this isn't a new controversy. Ever since Trump started running for president, there has been pressure for retailers to pull out of locations in Trump Tower. So it's not just Starbucks. Also, Nike has been pressured, and people have been urged not to support anything that is involved with the Trump brand. So the issue.
But wouldn't it just be easier to make an argument instead of punishing? I mean, I don't like Starbucks. I don't care what happens at Starbucks, but they're not responsible for Trump's policies. They're just a retailer in a building with his name on it. I don't even know if he owns the building. Wouldn't it just be easier to make a straightforward argument against whatever policies Trump has that you don't like?
Yeah, well, I mean, what's problematic about this for me, and I am a feminist, is that historically, when we put pressure on certain corporations, sometimes it does affect policy change. In this case, Starbucks does a ton. They do a ton. Everything from working with vets to the transgender community. They're considered a progressive company. And so to hurt their bottom line as a way to create policy change, and obviously it's a bit of a conundrum.
Well, you know what's so interesting? When I hear companies described as progressive, whether they're Google or Apple or Uber or Starbucks, these are companies that really don't pay their employees very much. But liberals don't seem to care as long as they sign on to whatever fashionable rich person lefty cause is going on at the moment. Why is there never any pressure on these companies to pay their actual employees more?
Well,
that would seem like a pretty virtuous thing to do. Like, why not give them better health care, for example, or longer vacations? I never hear liberals say that. Why?
I understand what you're saying. I mean, and that's a problem across all kinds of companies, whether they're progressive or not progressive. And that becomes a minimum wage question. That's not necessarily what they're talking about.
Why not say, hey, Starbucks, you know, you employ all these people, you know, why not pay them $20 an hour if you're so progressive? Instead of just, like, issuing some, you know, purple press release on transgender bathrooms. Like, why don't you put your money where your mouth is? You guys are rich. Why not do that? Did it ever occur to you?
Yeah, of course it occurs to me. I mean, there's a lot of problems with our system the way it's run right now, Tucker. I mean, obviously.
It's hilarious. It's like a get out of liberalism free card or something. It's hilarious. I mean, Nell, thank you for coming on tonight.
No, thank you, Tucker. It's always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks.